Life is going to always find ways to knock you down. But the question is, when you get knocked down, do you have the courage and do you have the strength to get back up? That's all that matters. That's all that's ever mattered. When you were in school, one of the things that they never taught you was how to be resilient. They don't teach that as a course. You don't make a grade from that. That's not what's giving you your degree. They never teach you in school how to be able to stay focused when your back is against the wall. When all odds are against you, they never tell you how to keep pressing forward. And that's the reason why there's so many people who've graduated with college degrees, well educated, very book smart, but they struggle in real world situations. You know, for most people, they get knocked down, but they spend a lot of time after the hit crying while they're on the floor. The greats don't do that. The greats, instead of crying while they're on the ground, they spend the same amount of time and energy focusing on getting back up. So if you want to be successful, you have to learn how to adapt yourself to the situation. As they say, when life gives you lemons, you have to make lemonade. It's all about adapting to your situation, because there's never going to be the perfect time or the perfect moment or the perfect situation. You have to adapt yourself to the situation and make it perfect. You got to roll with the punches. See, most people, they stay down on the ground, and it's not the hit itself that kept them at the bottom. That's not what kept them on the pavement. It's them spending all of this time crying over spilled milk. And they cry over spilled milk and keep themselves nailed to the ground by what's known as excuses. Here's an excuse. I'm not smart enough to make the money I want to make. I'm too old to get in shape. I'm not old enough to get this position. Because of my health problems, that's the reason why I'm not successful. But guess what? The only person who buys those excuses are you. That's the reason why you're the only one saying them. Life doesn't say that to you in response. Life doesn't give you these excuses, so why should you? You know, if you notice, life doesn't care if you came from the bottom. Life doesn't care if your father wasn't around or if your mother wasn't around. Life is tough, I gotta be honest. But life understands one thing. In this life, it's not about where you started, but it's about where you finished. That's why I need you to keep rolling with the punches no matter what. Whatever your past is, whatever has happened, keep pressing forward and roll with the punches. One of the worst things that you could do right now to keep yourself at the bottom is to attribute everybody else's success to luck. Because you know that you said that before. This person made it just because they were lucky. This person made it because of this. That person made it because of that. And you say that to yourself because you want to mask yourself for all the reasons why you want to stay stuck at the bottom and not push yourself to the top. Stop using the word luck. Luck is a term that most people use because they undervalue the power of hard work. When luck happens to a person, more often than not, that person was willing to capitalize on the opportunity. You see that? In order for somebody to be lucky, you have to have worked hard enough so when opportunity knocks on your door, you're ready to walk through it. And that might be the reason why you haven't gotten your so-called luck. Because while somebody else was being so lucky and becoming a success, you were still staying stuck on the ground and you missed the opportunity when it came to you. So don't let your excuses paralyze you. Don't let your excuses keep you down on the ground. Because like I said, life is going to throw the hits your way. But it's not the hits that's keeping you down on the ground. Yeah, it might make you stumble and fall, but it's you that's keeping you down to the ground. It's not on life. That's on you. It's on your excuses that you tell yourself every single day. It's the things that you make yourselves believe, the lies you make yourself believe every single day to cushion you from your own perfections. Now it's time to roll with the punches. You know, and society is way too focused on, wins and losses. It's not about how many times you've won, but what's more important is how you've handled yourself after you've taken a loss. That's what makes all the difference. See, anybody can take a win, and anybody can celebrate, anybody can party. But the real test of character and the real test of a champion is the minute that you take a L, will you give up? Will that be the end of your life story, or will you get back up and roll with the punches and keep fighting in that ring? You know, some of the world's most successful people have gone through some of the biggest setbacks, the biggest failures, the biggest rejections known to man. But the reason why they're successful and why their names have gone down in history is because they never gave up. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to never give up. That's why I told you already to keep pushing, keep rolling with the punches. But the question is, how strong are you? Are you battle tested? Are you an easy pushover? Are you going to be ready to take the hit and keep rolling, or are you ready to go down to the ground and cry about it while everybody else is moving forward? You know, most people give up too early. Most people, they fail one time and then they're ready to call it quits. Don't let that be you. And lastly, I don't want you to give up in your life because you didn't have someone in your corner to push you. That's the reason why I'm making these videos right now, is for you. I want you to follow me on this journey, so when life knocks you down, when life knocks me down, we have each other in our corner to pick ourselves up. Because together, I believe, we can knock the world down and then get the victory. Keep rolling with the punches.